Imagine this. You study, you practice, you repeat, but it feels like you're not moving forward, like your brain is stuck in energy-saving mode. That used to be me all the time, until I came across something that changed everything. It's not motivation. It's not extreme discipline. It's neuroscience. And it's not just my opinion. This comes from Andrew Huberman, a neurobiology professor at Stanford, someone who literally studies how the human brain learns. And here's the crazy part. We don't learn best when we're comfortable. We learn best when we use stress, attention, and dopamine the right way. Today, I'm going to show you how to learn almost any skill faster without studying more hours, without superhuman willpower, just by using your brain the way it was designed to work. And stick around until the end, because the last step is the one almost nobody applies, and it's the one that actually makes everything stick. First, something important. Your brain doesn't learn when you repeat things on autopilot. It learns when it senses that something matters. So how does your brain know something matters? Two things: real attention and a bit of discomfort. Huberman explains that learning happens when your nervous system is slightly activated, not relaxed, but not in panic either. Think about this. When you're a little nervous before an exam, or when you're practicing something and you mess up, that's when your brain goes, okay, pay attention. This matters. That's the state we're looking for. So step 1. Before you study or practice, activate your brain. Don't start half asleep on the couch. Do something quick that raises your alertness just a bit. 30 to 60 seconds of intense breathing, a few push-ups, a fast walk, cold water on your face. This isn't about getting tired. It's about telling your brain, hey, we're about to learn something. This boosts norepinephrine and dopamine, which are key for brain plasticity. Without that, you're studying, but your brain isn't really recording anything. Now, step 2. This is where most people mess up. Learning is not about doing things perfectly. Learning is about noticing errors. Huberman is very clear on this. The brain changes when it detects a mismatch between what it expected and what actually happened. In other words, when you make mistakes, when something doesn't work, when you think, oh, that's where I messed up. That's why repeating what you already know doesn't speed things up. If everything feels easy and perfect while you study, you're not learning, you're just confirming. Simple example. If you play guitar and only practice songs you already know, it feels good, but you don't really improve. When you practice something that's hard, that's when your brain switches into real learning mode. So look for the mistake. Create it on purpose. Third step, short but intense sessions. This one matters a lot. The brain doesn't learn well in long blocks. Huberman explains that plasticity works best in sessions of 20 to 45 minutes with full focus. No. Phone multitasking. I'm studying while watching something. That kills the learning signal. It's better to do 30 minutes fully focused than 2 half-focused hours. And here's something important. After that session, stop. Take a real break. Walk around. Stare out of the window. No heavy stimulation. Why? Because learning doesn't get locked in while you're studying. It gets locked in after. Your brain needs time to reorganize connections. A lot of people think more hours equals more learning, but in reality, more non-stop hours equals saturation. Now here's something that sounds backwards, but it's powerful. Fourth step, end the session while you still have energy. not when you're exhausted. Why? Because when you stop while you still want more, your brain remembers the session as challenging but manageable. That makes you more likely to come back tomorrow, and it keeps dopamine tied to the process, not just the result. Fifth step, and this one is gold. After you practice, do a 1-minute reflection. Nothing long. Just ask yourself, what went wrong? What did I understand today that I didn't before? What would I try differently tomorrow? This strengthens neural connections and gives your brain a clear story of what you learned. It's like telling your brain, this mattered, save it. And now, the final step, the most ignored one, the most powerful one, sleep. Huberman talks about this all the time. Sleep is when your brain actually locks learning in. During deep sleep, synapses get strengthened, useless connections get cleared, what you learned gets optimized. If you sleep badly, it's like studying and then deleting the file. You don't need impossible hours of sleep, but you do need to respect regular sleep times, going to bed before you're completely wrecked, avoiding heavy stimulation right before sleep. So, to sum it up, activate your brain before learning. Look for errors, not comfort. Short, focused sessions. Real breaks after. Stop before exhaustion. Reflect for 1 minute. And sleep. This isn't magic. It's biology. And the best part is, it works for everything. Studying, training, learning a language, playing an instrument. If you want to test it, do this today. Pick one thing 30 minutes, apply these steps, and notice how your brain feels. Not tomorrow, today. Because learning well isn't talent, it's method. Let's get better together.